Contour Drawing with Mrs. Sook.
Hi boys and girls, I'm going to talk to you today about contour drawing. And contour drawing is when you are drawing the edges of the shapes and it is totally done with line. There's no shading involved in this type of drawing. You're looking for the shapes of the object and the edges. I'm going to change my camera view and show you how I'm going to draw a Pooh Bear in a contour drawing.
Okay, so I'm using this teddy bear as my contour drawing today. So what I'm going to do is I'm looking at the object and I'm going to pick a place on here. I'm going to start up here with his ear. So I'm looking at the shape of the fluff on the ear and I see that there's a little fold in here. So I'm looking right there. You really have to be observing the object that you're drawing when you're doing a contour drawing. This isn't a made-up drawing. For me, I'm looking at it a little bit differently than you are because you're looking at it on a different angle on the camera, but I think you'll still understand what I'm looking at. Okay, I'm going to take that out. You want to take your time with contour drawing. Really concentrate on the shape of what you're looking at. So I'm going to come back around here and I'm drawing this part under his neck where his head is attached. Come back up here and now I'm going to do his forehead. And the shape comes around here. And I'm making little sketchy lines only because he's fluffy. It's not necessary that because it's a sketch that the lines have to be dashed or something like that. They can be definite lines. Okay, so I'm going to do the shape of his eye, the shape of his nose, which there is a little bit of a line above it because his nose sticks out. And then I have his nose here. And then he has a seam here that comes around. And this little eye over here has a fluff in front of it so I don't see the whole circle. Okay, so that's kind of what his face looks like from where I'm sitting. I do see a little bit of a line over here. And so I come back over to this arm. I probably should have centered this a little bit better on my paper because as you can see, part of him might actually fall off the page, which this is a sketch. So I can adjust that when I go final copy to make this into a project in the future. But for right now, I'm just going to go with it. All right. And then we have the pad on his foot. So I'm going to draw that shape because again, it's another shape. I see his thigh coming here, but then this foot gets in the way. All right. Then I come forward down here and he has his little stitch right up his big belly, which gives us some shape. And then it comes around and I have his leg. The thigh of his leg is over here. And it's overlapped by the front of his foot. You don't want to move it too much when you're drawing either, because that will make your proportions wonky when you're looking at and focusing on the different parts. So I'm coming up from here and I'm going to do his other arm. And so his other arm comes out. It's like three-dimensional. So I'm actually going to jump up here to the neck again. And I'm going to make his arm come around, curve it. And it comes through here. All right, that's kind of what he looks like. Now, when I look at him closer at what I've got here, his body's a little too long. But this is how I was looking at him. He looked like this in my hands. So pretty close. If I were to do this again, I would change these arms to be a little bit bigger. I shrunk them too much. And if I go over them now and make them bigger, it makes the body look more in proportion, which is better. All right. So that's just my first sketch of him. I could do it again over here. I could focus on one part. I could switch. Your goal, you're going to draw a couple. All right. So maybe the next thing I'm going to draw is this flower. And again, you need to look at it. So I'll go new page in my sketchbook. I'll start on one part. We practiced doing this way back in second grade when we did plants. So you can do this again when you're looking at different objects that are interest to you, because we're going to use these sketches to create our next project. So do some objects that are things that you're interested in. Don't just pick random stuff that later when you have to make this into an art project, you're not happy with it because, oh, I didn't like stupid flowers. Well, why did you pick a flower? Pick things that you like. You are home. You have lots to choose from. Make choices of things that are interesting. That's the bonus of being at home to do this. You have a lot to choose from. You're not stuck with whatever stuff Mrs. Sook has or that you could carry into school. You have lots of things to work with at your house. Use them. Go for a walk around your house. Go in your garage. Go in different places and pick some interesting things that you would like to make a theme or the subject of an art project. And again, we're doing contour drawing where we're showing the shapes of the object and the edges. So that is the beginning part of this flower. No, it's not done because later I have to go back and I need to put the back petals in. I'm not interested in the background. I'm just interested. So I just did this petal. Now I need to add this petal. Then I need to include this leaf. Really look at this. This should take you a few minutes for each sketch. Literally like 5-6 minutes. Take your time. Maybe play some music while you're doing it. Look at the object and draw what you see. So do you see that? This looks like this. I can look forward to seeing the amazing things that you make. Take your time. Make 4 contour drawings in your sketchbook. Give yourself about 5 minutes for each drawing. The drawings can be of 4 different things or an object from different angles. Be sure the objects you choose are things that you are interested in.